October 5 is a falling tide, a good one to fish when you're fishing tidal water. And if it is, why? Good morning, guys and girls. Good morning, guys and girls. October 5. October 5, reading from a Catch a Better Life book on the Catch a Better Life channel on YouTube. Be sure and subscribe to this channel on YouTube if you're not subscribed to it right now. I'm I'm telling you, this channel will actually create in you a better life. Catch a better life. You can catch a better life right here on this YouTube channel, absolutely free. You don't have to spend any money at all. You subscribe to YouTube channel, absolutely free. We have 3 YouTube channels: Fishing, Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing, Jimmy and Chris Houston's Twin Eagle Ranch, Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing, 3 YouTube channels. Make sure you subscribe to all 3 of them, please, pretty please. But this one right here will change your life for the better. You want to become a better person? You don't have to spend thousands of dollars doing it, ordering all of those pills, doing all that liposuction. You can become a better person. You can have a better life. Just get on this channel for a few days and watch how God changes your life. We have a scripture for every day, a fishing tip for every day, and a devotional built around fishing. Here's our scripture for today. It's a long one, so let's read it and see what it is. 1 Peter 3:4 says, "Rather, let your adornment be the hidden person of the heart." Let your adornment be the hidden person of your heart. Adornment would be earrings, necklaces, bracelets, dot rings, cross. That's an adornment. This cross is an adornment. That's what it means there. With the incorruptible, but by the hidden person. Let me just start all over. Rather, let your adornment be the hidden person of the heart, with the incorruptible beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is the very precious in the sight of God. That's a long one. Yeah, I'm going to read it again because it's a long one. Rather, let your adornment be the hidden person of the heart, with the incorruptible beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is the very precious in the right of God. Which is very precious in the sight of God. Wow, wow. That's a long one right there. What in the world could I have written on that about fishing? Here we go. I was taking pictures of my daughter Sherry with a really big buck that she had taken with her bow. And she said, "Wouldn't you know it, Dad? I don't have any makeup on." She's out there in her camo, all camoed up, and she kills this big buck. And she said, "Wouldn't you know it? I don't have any makeup on." Her adornment. She was concerned about her adornment. I remember at Bass and Gal tournaments, and I was there. They had Bass and Gal for 21 years, and Chris fished all 21 of those Bass and Gal tournaments, made all 21 classics. I remember the Bass and Gal tournaments. The very first thing that most girls did after turning their little chip in and let them know they were in and they were in on time. Before they took the bass out of the live well, they would reach for the lipstick, the hairbrush, the mirror, and those little powdery puff things that they hit on their face. Very first thing they would do. Very first thing they would do. Their husband would be saying, "How'd you do? How'd you do?" And they'd be getting all that stuff. They'd be doing all that. I don't think I've ever told this story, and I'll tell it right now. It just popped into my mind about driving into weigh-ins. My buddy Roland Martin, I would always know when Roland Martin had a big string of fish. And usually he did have a big string of fish. Usually he didn't ever hardly come to the weigh in with 1 or 2 or 3 fish in the live well, or 5 little bitty ones, or 7 little bitty ones, or 10 little bitty ones. We started fishing BASS tournaments, 15 bass limit in a lot of the southern states. And now they're back to 5. And then some tournaments, they don't even take fish to the weigh in. They just measure them and throw them back. But I can always tell when Roland come idling in. I'd see him reach back for his comb and start combing his hair back. Start combing his hair. I'll get all this. Cookie. Show him, lend me your comb. Well, Roland always had a comb in his pocket, and I knew that he had a big bunch of fish because he's putting himself up for the weigh-in. Roland had all that big blonde hair. It's gray now, but he had that big blonde hair. He combed his back. He's from the East Coast, and the mafia type haircut he's got. He combs it back. I comb mine forward, like a 12-year-old. He combs his straight back, but he's still got way more hair than me. But he's got it's just changed colors. Is all of a sudden for Roland. But we could always tell he had a big string of fish. We could always tell we had a big string of fish. In today's verse, Peter is talking about how God sees beauty in wives. That's right. How God sees beauties in wives, and what is the most special thing to him. The beauty that lasts forever and can't be corrupted even by wind or rain or sun or storm, for you fishing gals. The beauty that lasts forever. The beauty that God sees in wives. That's right. Exactly what he was talking about. You know, I still tell my beautiful Chris every single day, baby doll, you're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. You're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. You're the prettiest thing in the world. I love you. I tell her that every single day. I've been telling her that for almost 60 years. Well, probably the times we were going together, it's been over 60 years. We married 60 years come the end of December. Uh, she just laughs at me and says, "Oh," no. But I think she enjoys me telling her that. But I'm not just telling her that. I believe that. You know, Chris is 76 years old, and she's still the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. And you know, her brain's been damaged severely. She's a little different girl than she's ever been all her life. The right side of her mouth still droops down a little bit. The big smile's up here on the left side. The right side, her arm can't move. She still can't quite walk. That she doesn't have that big, beautiful smile on both sides. It's pretty good. It's pretty good on the right side. It's getting better all the time. But even at that, she's still the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. And I believe that it's because I see that gentle, quiet spirit that is in her. It's that beautiful, quiet, and gentle spirit that God loves. That beauty that Chris has is a gift from God himself for the benefit of us husbands. That's right. That's right. For the benefit of us husbands. Those of y'all who have been married for a long, long time, some of you might have twice the woman you married. She certainly doesn't look like she does when she was 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, 30 years old, whenever you married her, years and years ago. Can I tell you, we don't look the same either, guys. Look back at some of the old pictures of that nice, good-looking young man, skinny young man with lots of hair. That beauty is a gift from God for us husbands and for everyone else for it to enjoy. Can I read it just one more time? I know this is a long devotional, but can I read it just one more time? Because it's special for you ladies. Something special God did for us husbands, for us guys. Rather let your adornment be the hidden person of the heart, with the incorruptible beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is very precious in the sight of God. Oh my gosh. Quickly, let's get our tip over with here. A falling tide is a great time. That's usually the very best time to fish, is a falling tide. And why? One of the reasons is a falling tide will usually draw crawfish out from under rocks and riprap, which turns a bass bite on. The bait, a lot of times, moves out with the tide. And as that happens, it moves them away from a lot of the cover that keeps the fish from being able to eat them. A falling tide. What's the best bait? Throw an extra tip in here. The best bait on a falling tide generally is a crankbait, guys and girls. Go out there and have you a great one today. And remember,